Konnichiwa minasan, Nihongo no gakusei desu. Today's lesson is about the particle yo and ne. In Japanese, statements often end with yo or ne depending on the way the speaker views the interaction with the listener. So we first discuss ne. Ne is the particle which seeks confirmation or agreement to what you are saying. It checks the listener has understood that statement or what you have said. It also emphasizes something to the listener. So in English, ne is comparable to the English isn't it or right? For example, Ri-san no senko wa bungaku desu ne. Miss Lee, your major is literature, right? So if we remove ne or right, it will just become a simple description. Miss Lee, your major is literature. There's no emphasis in the sentence. It's just a pure description and it doesn't really make any sense except to describe what her major is. Another. これは肉じゃないですね。これは肉じゃないですね。This is not meat, is it? So again, if we remove ne, or it will just become this is not meat. It's just pure description and has no context whatsoever. Okay? So what about it? Why did you say that? Something like that. But if you use ne, well, you are eliciting some agreement with your statement. Next, Yamada-san no denwa bango wa 871の6813ですね. So, Mr. Yamada, your phone number is 871-6813, right? So, you want to emphasize that his number is this number. 毎日10時まで勉強します. So, every day I study until 10. 大変ですね. That's tough, isn't it? 大変ですね. You want to emphasize the difficulty of studying until 10. And you are fully confident with what you are saying. It used to emphasize information which the listener does not know, and to show that the speaker is giving his or her judgment or views assertively. In this case, it is he or she or the speaker is 100% sure with what he or she is saying. So this is roughly translated as, let me assure you, I tell you, I assure you. Example sentences. Tonkatsu wa sakana janai desu yo. Tonkatsu wa sakana janai desu yo. I tell you, let me assure you, tonkatsu is not a fish. That's the tone. Let me assure you. But if we remove yo, it's just pure description again. Tonkatsu is not a fish. Okay? Okay, so what? So what? That's the result if we remove yo. Again, another. Sumisu-san wa Igirisujin desu yo. In case you're wondering, Mr. Smith is British. If you remove yo again, Mr. Smith is British, so nothing really is emphasized here. So if we want to make some information, Hokkaido ni uma ga takusan imasu yo. There's a lot of horses in Hokkaido, So you want to emphasize your new information to the one listening. Hokkaido ni uma ga takusan imasu yo. Maria-san, kono ice cream oishii desu yo. Maria, this is ice cream. It's very nice, Here you are asserting that the ice cream is delicious. You are asserting that fact. So we add yo if we want to assert something. Maria-san, kono ice cream oishii desu yo. Desu yo. Maria, kono ice cream oishii desu yo. Maria, this ice cream is very nice, you know. Okay, sometimes and more often, yo and ne are put together at the end of the sentence. Uh, Here, it makes strong conviction for one's opinion, but also expect the other person to agree with them. So, for example, Tanoshi desu yo ne? So this is fun, and I hope you agree. I am emphasizing that this thing or this action is fun, and I'm also trying to make the other person agree with me. Tanoshi desu yo ne? Next, Subarashi hanashi desu yo ne? Isn't that a wonderful story? So you believe that this story is wonderful and you want the validation of the person you are talking to. Subarashi hanashi desu yo ne? Yamada-san desu yo ne? So, Mr. Yamada, isn't it? You know that is Mr. Yamada, but you want the other person to agree with you that it is Mr. Yamada, but you are 100% convinced that he is Mr. Yamada. So that is what it means. So for so desne, these are some of the more useful phrases used in Japanese conversation. So desne, so desne. In so desne, used when agreeing with the statement but not entirely agreeable. So I say, Nihongo wa muzukashii yo. So desu ne. That's correct. But maybe not entirely because that person may know many things about Japanese. So you say, so desu ne. Okay. Oh yes. Yeah. But he has some reservations because maybe he knows more about Japanese language. So he uses so desu ne. And then so desu yo, strong agreement, and the other person is convinced. And so desu yo ne shows agreement, but also you share the same sentiment. So for example, Nihongo wa muzukashii yo. Nihongo wa muzukashii yo. So desu yo. That's correct. Yeah, I believe so. I really believe it. So desu yo. Yeah, I believe it. And that is 100% agreeable that you believe that Japanese is really difficult, no question about that. And in so desu yo ne shows agreement, but also you share the same sentiment. Here you know that the Japanese language is difficult. Nihongo wa muzukashii yo. So desu yo ne. You agree 100% totally that the Nihongo or the Japanese language is difficult, and you share the sentiment with the person you are speaking with. So desu ne. So desu ne. That's correct, right? That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. If you find my video interesting and useful, please like and subscribe to my channel. I will be posting more videos on the Japanese grammar. Mite kurete, arigato. Mata aimashou.